Hey guys, in this video we're going to show you a foolproof way of doing laundry while you're boondocking.
But remember, nothing is foolproof to a sufficiently talented fool. Hey guys, Matt, Nomadic Native back with you. Thanks for tuning in. So, there's been a number of videos recently that I've watched concerning the Wonder Wash and other washers like it. We've been using this one for over a year along with the Nina Soft spin dryer, and we've learned a few things about using it that helps us get clothes cleaner and that kind of thing. So we thought we would show you how we do this. The reason we do it this way is because, as you guys know, we like to boondock. And even when we just have electric hookups, we're still, semi-boondocking. And water, especially gray water, that would normally go into the gray tank is always a concern. The Whirlpool washer that we have here in the RV, we can run that off of the generator. Or we can run it when we're plugged in, even if we're semi-boondocking. But in the normal mode of the washer, it uses 11 gallons of water. So that's 11 gallons of water out of our freshwater tank and into our gray water tank. And it's not very long, 2 or 3 loads of wash and a couple of showers in the morning, and we have to go to the dump station and find more water. So when we're boondocking or semi-boondocking, this is how we do laundry, and over a period of time and using these items, this is how we found to best use it for the best results. Okay? So, what are we washing?
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're all pre-sprayed.
All pre-sprayed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that that'd do any good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
it's not a very big load.
Those are the T-shirts. Yep.
Small loads.
Smaller loads. I mean, you can only put about 5 pounds of laundry in the Wonder Wash and expect it to do a good job.
Yeah, and this might be a little bit too much.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so first we put in about 5 pounds of laundry.
Yep. Here, let me put this in there. And kind of.
Just and there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
You just throw it in there.
Yep. I was just thinking of the dryer. The dryer takes, you gotta have a certain thing to put in there, or a certain step. And let me see. I think that's too much.
You really want the Wonder Wash or whatever spin washer you're using to only be about half full, because it's the agitation of the clothes falling top to bottom as you spin it that causes the cleaning action. If there's no room for the clothes to fall top to bottom as you spin the washer, well, you're not really doing much. Additionally, you have to spin this thing slow and give the clothes and the water time to fall to the bottom as you spin it. If you spin it too fast, centrifugal force keeps everything at one end of the washer and nothing gets washed. Okay? Okay, and that's it. Remember that depending on how much clothes, remember that depending on how big your load is, how much clothes you put in here, and in many cases what you put in here, for example, T-shirts or towels that soak up a lot of water, will determine how much water you need to use to do your wash. And you really want the clothes to be kind of covered with water. So if it takes a little more than a gallon to do the load that you're trying to do, don't be afraid to put more water in this thing. You're still going to use much less water than if you would have used your a regular washing machine. Okay, so how much soap do we put in?
Well, it's a small load. There's about 6 t-shirts, and I just put in between 1 and 2 little notches where the marked on this cap.
Where the indicators are inside
Yes.
the cap?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's about a quarter of what you would put in to a regular load in our normal washer.
That's correct.
Okay, and when do you put in your fabric softener? At the beginning of the soak cycle, right?
Yep.
Okay. So now we put the lid on. So we got our clothes, our water, and our soap in the washer. Put the lid on and lock her down. Huh? Just like that.
Okay.
And now the key to this is, like I said, is to not spin it very fast. Because if you spin it very fast, centrifugal force is going to keep everything at one end. It's not going to agitate, and it's not going to clean the clothes. So the speed you want to turn this thing is like this. You want that that ball of clothes in there and the water falling top to bottom as you spin it. If you spin it fast, that doesn't happen. Okay? You have to spin it kind of slow and let the clothes fall top to bottom. Okay, so that's 5 minutes, and the wash cycle is done. Now for the next step, take the lid off, and Maria's going to put in the fabric softener. Now you ladies out there, you're probably thinking to yourself right now, but there's soapy water in there, you haven't done a rinse yet. And you're correct, we haven't done a rinse yet. Because if we rinsed them now and put in more water to do fabric softener, we'd use double the water, and then we'd have to put in we'd have to put in more water to do the rinse cycle, and now we're using triple the water. Okay, so this is how we do it and how we found that it works for us. Put it in there, the fabric softener after the wash cycle. I'm going to spin this a few times to get the fabric softener mixed in there and drugged through the clothes. Okay, so now the fabric softener is all mixed up in the water, mixed in the clothes. Now I'm going to leave this sit here for another 5 minutes. This is the soak cycle. Okay, so now 5 minutes have passed and the soak cycle is done. You might want to give it a few more turns, you know, just for general purposes, I guess. I don't know why. And now I'm going to drain the washer, and as you can see, I'm draining it into a plastic tub. And this is what the dirty wash water looks like when it comes out of the washer. Okay, now another option, rather than using the fresh water out of your fresh water tank, if you have a spare container that you can go to the dump station wherever the water is and fill it, then you can just bring your container back with water and use that instead of taking water out of your fresh water tank. Okay, with the clothes still in there, I have filled the one to wash to about half full. Now we'll put the lid back on, and we start agitating again for another 5 minutes. In the interest of time and the length of this video, I'm going to start taking t-shirts out of the top as the washer is draining, and putting them in the Soft spin dryer. Okay, spin dryer, everything is in there. The spin dryer is up to speed, and as you can see, the water is coming out of there pretty well. Got to keep an eye on your bowl, it'll fill up on you. And I'll go ahead and show you now the water that came out of the this is the second rinse water that came out of the Wonder Wash. You can see that it's pretty clear. You can see right through it to the drain, but you can also see that it's a little tinted green. That's from the 2 brand new green t-shirts that we had in the wash. That's not, you know, really dirty water or dirty wash water or anything like that. And the spin dryer is doing its job, and we're going to let that spin until the water is not coming out of the dryer any longer. And then I'll show you what these clothes look like when we take them out of the spin dryer. You'll see that they're practically dry. Okay, so the water is just dripping out of the spin dryer now, and that's good enough. Let's see what they look like. Can you see the difference where it's a little bit wet here and practically dry here? Check that out. I hope you can see this on the video, but you can see there's still some, you know,
Oh yeah.
wet spots right there. But look at how dry it is in here, okay? The longer you let them go in the spin dryer, the more water it will spin out of your clothes. Now, since we're plugged in and we have, you know, electricity, we're just going to throw these in the regular dryer, and they will dry in about 10 minutes maybe. Look how dry that is.